Alright, so this is going to be part 2 in the Cliff Dive series. Not a lot of tweaks to the deck, so if you haven't seen part 1, I recommend taking a look. So I took out Illidari Studies, and I added an Infiltrate and a Paraglide. I think the card draw is going to be helpful, and Infiltrate will obviously help with some aggro matchups. Sometimes you just want to clear the board so you can do other things. I'm still tempted to cut this guy, but I haven't really figured out a better thing to put in. I think having one less big guy in the deck would help for that early game. It always sucks when you get some of these guys stuck in your hand early. So I'm trying to minimize that, but I don't think, I don't think another Infiltrator and Illidari Studies or something like that would be better. So I'm going to run this version, and we're going to see how this goes. Last video I went 7-3, so I anticipate this version doing about as well. There's very few times when Illidari Studies just does huge work, like in part 1 I got the 4-mana guy that gives you a first edition Demon Hunter card, and that was pretty awesome. Let's see, against Death Knight, I think I'm going to throw back Paraglide, because on the off chance this goes into a higher cost card, I don't want this to just be stuck in the middle of my hand for a while. Yeah, I think that's correct. Paraglide's much better later down the road when I need cards, rather than just turn 3. Yeah, exactly what I suspected.
I grant you permission to speak. Vengeance is mine. Evil draws close.
Plavatar is a great draw.
Demons?
Let's do this so that I can have turn 4 him potentially. Perfect.
How long have I been here?
Just double check what that guy is. Wind Fury, Divine Shield. Yeah, I don't think I care that much. That's fine. I was hoping it hit my face, but whatever.
Nightmares are never forgotten. Nothing gets past.
Well, that card's annoying, but we can deal with that.
Vengeance is mine. Put your faith in the light.
Wow, of all things, that's hilarious. Bye-bye, Tyrion. I get the feeling this game's going to be over pretty quickly. Whether it's them or me, I don't know yet, but we're going to find out soon. Okay, that's helpful. Wow. Okay, then. Let's cliff dive. Excellent. Hit them for 8. Great turn. Fantastic turn. That is the power of this deck right there. That was awesome. So I've got Inquisitor. I think Inquisitor and one Ravenous Fell Hunter are the only minions left in the deck now. Inquisitors would be awesome here.
Everyone could use a fresh coat of paint. Wars to come.
Alright, so only a Ravenous Fell Hunter left.
The terror will be born.
Oof. Excellent. Alright, 1-0. Yeah, that was a very powerful draw. Yeah, a lot of the wins will come off of Inquisitor. I think Serpent gives us a little bit more consistency and early game threats. I am still tempted to cut the Dormant 8-mana guy. Didn't see any of the extra cards, the Paraglide or the Infiltrate.
Raw power is no substitute for true strength.
I will prove myself to you.
Cool. Hopefully this draws a Blabatar and then we're all set. Dangerous Cliffsides would be okay. Yeah, this is a great hand.
Vengeance is mine.
Turn 3 attack, or turn 2 attack, turn 3 attack, turn 4 attack, turn 5 attack. Just... Yeah, I like that this deck has aggressive elements early on. Perfect draw. Another insect claw, good God. being a little bit more conservative with my life this game than last. Protoss Priest has quite a bit of power they can develop, so I want to make sure I preserve a little bit of life. Do I kill that guy? I think I stay aggro. What am I doing next turn? Yeah, that's fine.
I can tell your future before it even happens.
Okay then. Totally cool. I was just thinking, I hope they kill my Blob of Tar. That's fair, okay. So the risk I run by killing their guys is resuscitate next turn.
Demons? Demons.
Am I okay with taking 8 though? I think...
I grow impatient.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do this because then Cliff Dive next turn will be good timing. I like to have a weapon up before I play Cliff Dive so that if the Inquisitor comes, then I can hit them with it. But since I've got one in my hand, the odds are pretty low. There's one Blob, one Fell Hunter, one Serpent, Dormant Guy, and Califero. So 5 more guys in the deck. So I don't think I'm going to put the weapon up for that 20% chance of Inquisitor. That's pretty annoying. You gonna kill my guys so that I can't... Wow. So that I can't hit your guy over there? Very interesting. I don't think they would care about those 1/1s otherwise. Wow. This feels like a lot of value to do this and infiltrate. I clear their board and I get a 7/9. Seems better than Cliff Dive right now. It delays their life, steal guys a decent amount. Sure, they can resuscitate, which I assume they have. But I'm not super worried about that. There it is. Excellent.
Annihilation commencing.
Alright, so there's a Blob, a Serpent, an Inquisitor, Caulifero. And that should be it now, since we got rid of the second Fell Hunter. Waiting for the right time to play this return policy. I don't want to get too greedy with it. No, okay. Double Resuscitate. Well done. Their guys are going to cost so much less with this. Mothership could be annoying, but I think with the Blob of Tars I'll be okay. Yeah, they would have been at 1 if I didn't attack their guy. Figured it was good to get an extra body out of the way, since I didn't have the win. I get the feeling they're dead. Just maybe. That infiltrate was pretty clutch. I like that a lot. Probably going to keep that in here.
You possess true power.
Ouch. Yeah, they're just like rage. Oh, they literally left. Oh, that's when you know you really pissed somebody off, when they're just like, I'm done. They're on their phone, just close the whole app, don't even quit. Alright, 2-0 after 2 games. Yeah, this deck is pretty unfair, but I think in this metagame you have to do unfair things in order to win consistently.
Illidan versus Lunara.
Alright, Miss Druid.
Fights back.
This ends now.
Great hand. Could use a weapon, but very good hand. Considering I think they're on some kind of combo druid, I'm going to get this guy out as soon as possible, which is going to be 3 turns, darn. What do you know? Let's save that for turn 3 so that this guy has a higher chance of coming out on turn 4. Because this is going to awaken on turn 4, so it won't be relevant for that. Nice.
Stop and smell the flowers.
I don't want to give them a taunt minion, but I think it's pretty important to have a big guy out here. Start really putting some pressure on them.
A true queen defends her people.
What did you choose? It doesn't tell me? Okay. Interesting draw. Not going to play that because I've got 9 cards. Yeah, I don't think I should. Take a lot. It's a lot of damage. If they got swiped, then so be it.
Stop and smell the flowers.
Ooh, looky. Let's do this. And get some more damage in there.
That was wild.
Again, if they've got swiped, then so be it. It'll take more than half their mana. Ha, that's annoying. Okay, fine. With doubled stats. Perfect. Alright, can we go the distance?
I remember this place well.
Totally fine. Just gonna drop this guy.
The flowers.
Also have a stinger. Okay, so they're up to 6 now. So let's see. I can go 1 here. Can hit that guy. Then I've got 3. They'll be down to 3, and then I drop that. I've also got this. Yeah, just lots of options.
Release me. I possess a monstrous discount.
3-0.
That was wild.
Alright, this deck is really good. Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Illidan versus Uther.
Your judgment begins. This ends now.
So against a paladin, I'm going to assume they're murlocs. This seems like a fine hand for that. Probably going to go coin Grim Harvest followed by second Grim Harvest.
The light dims.
Oh, no murlocs. Still going to go Grim Harvest. Magtheridon. Gotta remember that name. Magtheridon.
Reporting for duty.
Yeah, this deck is, for me, like the perfect balance point. Because it's fun to play, you're doing cool things, it's also good. So, hard to argue with that. I think... Yeah, let's do that. That's fine. Linessa, I see you. So they could go a bunch of different directions here. I assume they're playing auras. So I gotta make sure I play around like Crusader aura. Ursol could be annoying. Renewing Flames, things like that. Cool. Totally cool with that. I like that, actually. Begin the auras. Worst possible time to draw that guy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this. I would like to do that, but I'm not sure if it's going to have extra value a little bit later if I need to, you know, clear the board in some way.
The light dims, but we fight.
Defensive action engaged.
Reporting for duty.
Like that, okay. That's all minions, yeah. Ooh, Blabatar is a great draw. Yeah, let's clear these guys, break their shield. So that's pretty annoying. I prefer not to take 10, but looks like it's probably going to have to happen.
Time grows short.
Let's break that Divine Shield at least. Yeah, Gelbin is pretty powerful, but thankfully these will at some point dissipate. Jeez. How do I not die here?
I grow impatient.
think I'm still dead, though, is the problem. Even if I do this... This... Yeah, they still got it. Man. Alright. We were bound to lose to something. Yeah, it's hard to beat Gelbin once he's out. Alright, so 3-1 after 4 games. Pretty good.
Versus Lunara.
A new song begins.
This ends now!
Because they're druid and way less likely to have minions, I threw back the red card. Normally I keep red card. It's very versatile. Let's see, what kind of druid are you? Show me something. Oh boy. Okay. Well, that could be a problem. Blobatar, please? Perfect.
The exit is this way!
So we gotta keep them from clearing the, or from filling their board. Yeah, I don't know how good this is. Man, yeah, I'm really missing red card now. Shoot. I assume they're going to pump it, attack the Blobatar. Yeah, if your deck means you got to play cards like this, your deck's not very good usually. We're going to find out, but I've learned that the hard way with this card in particular. Because Bucket of Soldiers seems fun on the surface. Okay. Well, I can do this. They're gonna get 3 guys? Yeah. You know, just in case. Because I've never played against this deck ever, I don't know what kind of cards they play, so who knows what they're capable of. I am thinking about playing Nomelia in this. I think that would be a good substitution for Megalo something something, the 8-mana dormant guy. Alright, so that's 1 board filling for him.
Vengeance is mine!
None for you, sir. None for you. Alright, so we got Cliff Dive next turn. Thank goodness. I think Nomelia does what Megthodon or whatever his name is does, but a little bit better. Because off a Cliff Dive, I can choose how I hit. I mean, obviously it doesn't do it every turn, but if I've got it in my hand, I can still play it for 6, which is much better than having to wait till 8 for that guy.
Wait! Hide the real one!
That's a good card.
I can't win them all.
Wow! Alright, they knew. Right before I got to Cliff Dive, too. Come on! Let me have my fun. So 4-1 after 5 games. I don't know if that's a real deck at all. It doesn't seem like it based on the cards I saw.
Illidan versus Nozdormu.
Okay.
It's time we began. This ends now.
Alright, Mr. Paladin. Seems good.
We meet at last. Evil draws close.
I think I'm going to do this on turn 3 so I have the most chance of playing the Serpent on turn 4. They are auras. Okay.
Pleasure of fools.
Awesome.
Vengeance is mine.
Twice as hot to cook twice as fast.
Sure, okay. Oof. That's rough. Take 7. Okay. Yeah, this deck kind of plays itself. There are definitely some important decisions you have to make here and there, but for the most part, it's just playing dudes and attacking. When to cliff dive is normally the biggest decision.
I never make two trips.
That's fair, okay.
Vengeance is mine.
totally fine with that. Well, hello there. I don't think I can justify a cliff dive right now, but that's really good to have.
I knew that would happen.
You know what? Let's run it. That didn't seem like an ideal use of Nomelia. Okay then. That's fine with me.
Mistakes of the past. Rewritten.
Totally cool. They're just dead because I've got this guy.
You possess true power. A historic performance.
Alright, 5-1. Yeah, this deck's got lots of power. I'm very happy with this. I think I'm going to do a version where I switch out the 8-mana guy, the dormant one, for Nomelia. Not sure if I'm going to do any other tweaks. I do like this deck a lot. Paraglide I'm still a little iffy on. I'm not sure that the deck needs card draw, to be honest. But sometimes you run out of steam a little bit and you want to keep the gas flowing. Shaman, eh? Haven't played a Shaman in any of the test games so far. Not part 1 or this part, so... I gotta make it to turn 7 to Cliff Dive, so I think I gotta throw that back. But Cliff Dive should be very good against them.
There is little time.
Of course, it's the one that's dormant for 1 turn when I draw Serpent. That would be too easy if it was gonna stick around. Ay, ay, ay.
The sands speak, and I listen.
I guess that's why they played that spell turn 1. Sure. I could do this on that, which is not great, but then that gives me this turn 4.
Demons. Demons.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Obviously, I've got plays here that I can make, but I think getting this guy out early is usually best. And to follow up with this stuff is just more aggression, which should be great. Also make sure they don't kill this guy with that, which isn't the end of the world, but it's just a little extra value. Nice, even better. I guess I should do that so I can hit him for 3. Cool. We're just gonna go full aggro, not even gonna care about what they've got. It's just gonna force them to deal with our guys. Turn 5, they're at 11. Seems pretty good. What you got, buddy?
Evil draws close.
Yeah, how's it feel, Mr. Shaman, to have somebody going extra aggressive against you for a change? Yeah, Shaman is just such a powerful deck. Sure. I can clear those pretty easy. You need more than that. Are they dead now? I think... No, with that... No, I think they're dead. So we got one here, one here. Hit them, use this, and then they're dead.
You possess true power.
6-1. Man. Alright, this deck is way better than I thought. Yeah, the Paraglide feels entirely unnecessary. I think 2 infiltrates is too many. 1 is just enough. Maybe I play another... Maybe I go back to an Illidari Studies. I do want to try the Nomelia, like I said. There's not a lot else that's really calling me. There's one card. It's 2 mana, 4 damage to a minion, life, steal, and it's got some other ability on top of it. I think it's if you have no minions in your deck or something like that.
This ends now.
I can go turn 3, turn 4, which is pretty powerful. I'm definitely throwing back the return policy. Yeah, let's throw back red card also. I wouldn't mind a weapon or something like that. Yeah, that's perfect. Murlocs? Oh no, this isn't Murlocs, this is Hyper Aggro. I call it Hyper Aggro, but it's just Busy Bot, Flash Sale, all that stuff. So I might have to use this to deal 2 damage to all minions. Might be a good use of it depending on how they play.
Vengeance is mine.
I'm running the risk right now. I could have just used that, but I'm running the risk of them playing Busy Bot or something else. Hopefully they'll... okay. I was hoping they would maybe play more minions and I get a little more value out of that, but that's fine. It's not the end of the world. I think I'm just going to put a blob of tar in the way. They do run the 4 mana guy that silences. So that could be annoying, so I have to play around that, and Crusader Aura, Flash Sale. What else do they have? Busy Bot and Coconut Cannoneer. There's Flash Sale. Do I just play another? Yeah, I don't want to get Crusader Aura'd. Yeah, Crusader Aura could be very good for them, especially after the Flash Sale. Okay. I think they're trying to decide if they should attack the minions or not. Okay. This could be a tough matchup. We'll see how this goes.
The exit is this way.
Hero power? Yeah, okay. So we're getting Slumber here for sure.
Vengeance is mine.
Yeah, once we get to like turn 6 or 7, if their board is clear, it becomes a lot harder for them to find a good position to regain their momentum. I am at 11, which is still possible to kill me. But much better odds for me now. Oh, please hit a minion. That would just make me so happy. Yes.
My third.
Reporting for duty.
Good stuff. Haha! Oh, hold on. Let's attack first. I can't be that bad. Yeah, the more times you clear the board, the higher the probability is that they'll run out of gas. They still have 5 cards, so there's something there, but I've been at 11 for a couple turns now. I was very happy they didn't hit me in the face with that weapon, because continuing the aggression with weapons is one of the ways they can fill that gap that they can't meet with their minions. There it is. Yeah, the weapon's very good in that because it draws you Flash Sale, another Maul, or Crusader Aura.
Reporting for duty.
Okay, so what do I have in my deck? I've already used 2 Blob of Tar. So there is a Serpent, an Inquisitor, a Fell Hunter, Dormant guy. Is that it?
Demons? Demons.
I can't let my life get too low now is the problem, so I think I have to Infestation.
Time grows short.
So they just gotta find 3 damage somewhere. I don't remember if they play Rock Skipper in the stock list. Wow. Are they just trying not to die? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, they're just, yeah, okay, they're just being silly. I think they're dead. Or gonna quit. That seems so bad. Why would you do that? Just
It's gonna hurt.
because of that? You trying to set that up? Oh boy. Okay then. So let's do
That was a mistake.
this. And that. This. We're gonna kill our own guy, because it's gonna give us a guy too. So I can hit them for 10. They'll go to 3. I don't think I can hit this guy in good conscience because I don't know if they play Rock Skipper or not. I mean, I'm dead either way, actually. I can't kill him, though. I can't kill all of those guys. So let's just get them basically dead. And then we'll kill one of these. I guess I could have killed both, but yeah, it's fine. They don't play charge minions. I don't think there's... Yeah. I think they're just dead. Nice. Yeah, they're super dead. Alright, 7-1. Turns out nobody can beat a bunch of Blob of Tars. So yeah, only lost to the Aura Paladin. Because they had, what, Gelbin, plus a bunch of Auras. I don't remember what happened earlier in that game with the Aura Paladin, because it seemed like they had a pretty good start. Yeah, Aura Paladin, as long as they have early momentum, can do pretty well, but you also have to draw Gelbin at the right time, so... I guess that's why they play Ursine Maul.
Will serve me in death. This ends now.
My gut is telling me to keep Cliff Dive, but I don't think that's right. Against Death Knight, it seems pretty good. We'll see what happens here. I guess I had no choice in the matter. Infiltrate should be helpful, though.
draw forth your friend.
Paraglide seems okay here. Ah, no Blobatar, darn. But this one definitely will draw one.
Shaking our stir.
Ooh, Mixologist is a very good card. Yeah, triggering twice is nutty. I'm gonna attack this. It's not great, but it's better than them using their hero power to kill it. I don't care too much about that guy. It is a little annoying. Ooh, how many cards I got? Okay. You know what? I don't hate having a bunch of guys on the board either. That seems fine.
Vengeance is mine. Nothing gets
Okay. There's a Blobatar. I think let's red card that guy for now. Yeah, I really like aggro combo decks where you have a solid, I guess this is a little bit more mid-range combo because I don't have to go aggro, but I have the ability to. I'm not playing like one drops and stuff, so I wouldn't consider this like traditional aggro. Yeah, whenever I build a deck, I've mentioned many times I have played Magic the Gathering off and on for about 20 years, and whenever I'm building a deck, almost always the pinnacle of that in my mind is this old deck from Magic. It was Jund, Jund, which is just a color combination, but at the time it was this was probably 2009 or so. At the time, it was basically the most efficient deck in their standard format, at least. Like all the guys that all the guys had like Death Rattle that gave you more minions. It was bonkers. So that's like the standard I hold in my mind whenever I'm building a deck. Is anything close to that is just going to be amazing. And this feels kind of like that, but with a combo. Not quite as powerful, but it's in the ballpark for sure. I don't know if Cliff Dive is right here. I have one Blob of Tar that I could get. There's the 8-drop or Serpents. I don't know that that would be correct here. I think this is probably better. So there's 2 serpents, dormant guy. Is that it? Oh, and Caulifero, of course. I really hope they use their hero power to kill Fell Hunter. Wow. Well, thank you. Sometimes I wonder if people read Ravenous Fell Hunter, because it becomes a problem. Yeah, now Cliff Dive seems much better. Yeah.
Everyone could use a fresh coat of paint. A smudge. Vengeance is mine.
I remember this place well.
Huh. Inquisitor is so powerful. Oh, love that card. That didn't work out like they were hoping, I guess. That's totally fine.
Vengeance is mine.
This game feels like it's in the bag, but they could do some very powerful things. Wamsamdi, or whatever his name is, could come down. And they spent a lot of corpses there. don't want them gaining any more life. I could have Wyvern Slumber, but... eh. Yeah, people get really sick of Blobatar playing against this deck.
You all sought to want something.
So now he's got Lifesteal. Alright, so they're at 18. Ah, that's annoying.
I grow impatient.
I prefer they don't gain life, but not sure what I can do about it.
Time grows short.
I guess this works. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Yeah, that's very bad. Okay. Shoot. Yeah, all these Death Rattle guys that make more guys are so annoying. Probably more annoying than infinite Blob of Tar.
The fate of the world hangs in the balance.
Okay. What do we get? God, these taunt minions so annoying. That.
I grow impatient.
I think this. Ooh, that's good. That's a good draw. Let's move that out the way. Let's do that and that. And then this and this. Okay. I gotta be careful here, because if they start resurrecting too many guys, they could take over. Now that they're back to 43. Gosh. There it is. Man. Guess let's see what we get off of this. There's Bonsombi. Dang it. Okay. So that's going to resurrect another guy. Okay, and that resurrects another guy, or summons a guy. This is so ridiculous. I think I gotta do this for that guy. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna be winnable. Yeah, we're just dead. Alright. Ay, ay, ay. That's the way it goes. 7-2 is just fine. Alright, let's do one last one. Make it an even 10 games. Part 1, I went 7-3, so let's see if I can go 8-2 this time. I mean, it's a small sample size, but going, 70% win rate on Part 1 and so far 70-ish%. I mean, at least 70% this time. Gonna see if I can get 80, which would give me a sweet 75 average. And if this win streak, or if this win rate keeps up, then I will have to keep working on this deck quite a bit, because this is good. Okay, Priest should be a decent matchup. Paraglide on the left, I think I'm going to keep. That's a lot of value. I don't think I'm going to keep Infiltrate. Even if they are Protoss Priests, I don't think I care enough. Like, they're not going to be that fast that I'm going to need to Infiltrate on turn 3.
Is mine.
Man, they are taking their sweet time.
Evil draws close.
There we go, okay. I was like, that seems weird. Okay. So next turn I can go red card on something into Perennial Serpent. Ay, ay, ay.
Evil draws close.
I was hoping to get one more quick game in, and here we are, just waiting for Fumble Fingers over there to do something. Usually when people do that every single turn, it's usually because they're streaming. And I find that to be just horrendous. That's just, like, ridiculous. If you need all that time to think, sure. Like, you think you're a professional player, you don't even have a golden hero. Probably not very good if you're taking that long to think, but yeah, I can't stand when people take literally all the time. Okay. Maybe they have a laggy connection or something. Thank God they're moving. Okay, then. Pretty good play. Not looking good here. I think Cliff Dive is one of the only things that could help me here, but what do I have? I've got one Ravenous Fell Hunter, one Serpent. That might be all that's left in the deck, actually. Did I play 2 Blobatar? I think I only played 1, so there's a Blobatar in there also. Well, shoot. I think this game is over. I guess I can return policy twice. Alright, let's kill some guys.
Annihilation commencing.
I want a cliff dive, but I think return policy is necessary here. Infestation doesn't seem bad.
Time grows short.
So since there's only a Blobatar and a Perennial Serpent left in the deck, if I call a Pharaoh, I have to play around that obviously, so... Depending on what they do here, they're probably just going to keep attacking stuff. Wow, they're waiting until the last minute for discovers and everything. Alright, either way, I am happy with what this would get. Let's also hit them for a few. Looks like I got Blobatar. Oh, I just killed myself. There was another Revis. That's the one from return policy, not the second one. Darn it. Alright.
You possess true power.
Dang. So yeah, like I said much earlier, the main decision comes when you call a Pharaoh or cliff dive. So 7-3 again, just like part 1. Still happy with the 70% win rate after 20 games. But I feel like, yeah, I could have pulled that one out. Would have been tough, but definitely possible. Like if I had gotten a Blobatar off of that or something. But yeah, that is the deck. So next version, I'm probably going to try Nomelia. And I think I'm going to cut the Paraglide. Not sure if that's going to become an Illidari Studies again, or if I'm going to try something else, but I'll definitely post another video. So that's part 2. I appreciate you guys watching. Definitely check out part 1 if you haven't seen it yet, and tons of other videos on the YouTube. So peace and love, guys.